Hello, friends. Welcome to this live stream. And in this program, we discuss about the business tips and tricks, which is going to help you a lot. And today in our program, we have three major items to discuss, which happened between yesterday and today. Uh, One is Google to introduce eSIM. So we will discuss more about it, how it's going to affect us. Second is the connection between RuPay card and UPI, which is the Unified Payment Interface from India. And lastly, the Twitter is actually redefining their violent speech policy. How it is going to impact all of us, we will find out. So let's go to the first item, which is Google is going to introduce eSIMs in India, especially on the Android phones in 2023. So there are a couple of questions that we need to understand when it comes to eSIM. So what is a eSIM? I think we need to understand that. So as the name suggests, eSIM is the software SIM, unlike the current SIMs that you see in your mobile phone that you need to basically pick up from the telecom operator, and there is a slot in the mobile phone to actually shove your eSIM inside so that your mobile number can be activated. And then after you have inserted the SIM, then a whole lot of services can be utilized using eSIM, things like network, telephony, messaging, etc. And all that is provided through telecom operator. So this is something which is a role of the SIM. But then, since in the 21st century, we have to basically move towards the software solution, etc., much more smarter ways to do things. So therefore, eSIM is being introduced. In fact, in the US, the latest mobile phone is already coming with the eSIM solution. And when the mobile phone comes with the eSIM, there is no SIM slot. There is no physical slot for the SIM, and therefore, there is much more easier to change your device. Say, for example, if you actually buy a new phone, there are a lot of challenges when it comes to whether this new SIM will old SIM will fit into my new mobile phone, because the new mobile phone has a different kind of slot. So then you have to go to the telecom operator's office, get a new type of SIM, etc. So all those hassles can be avoided if you have the eSIM. And so Apple is already moving on to that bandwagon. But what it takes to basically migrate from old SIM system to the new eSIM system, it's basically changes all across the industry. Not only in the telecom operator solution, where they have to actually issue eSIM, keep track of that means they should have a software solution to manage the SIM and all other parameter of the SIM itself. So telecom operator has to basically agree or probably upgrade their systems to enable eSIMs. At the same time, the mobile handset manufacturers will also have to produce those kind of devices which will be enabled for eSIM. So I think this is where the change is going to happen in starting from Android mobile phones in the 2023, where the eSIM based mobile phones will be available in India, and then it will be a lot easier to manage your mobile phone. Say, for example, if you want to change your mobile phone, it will be a lot easier to change over from old mobile phone to new, because all this complexity can be handled through software and through wirelessly. So I think that is a very good change which is going to happen in India in the year 2023, and Google is actually behind it. And all the mobile phones with the Android from Google will undergo changes, especially the new one. I think Google is in a conversation with a lot of OEMs like Oppo, Samsung, etc., to basically start working on the eSIM solution. All right, let's move to the next one. And this is about the integration between RuPay card and UPI. So RuPay card is basically a standard for card from India, which is very similar to Mastercard and Visa card, etc. So this is an Indian standard, and by the way, for Indians it is free. And recently, what has happened is that the NPCI, which is the UPI parent organization, has integrated RuPay card. So, the uh, UPI for your bank account, then similar to that, you can actually also connect your RuPay card with your UPI. So it will be a lot easier to make payment. While making a payment through UPI interface, you will be able to choose whether you want to make the payment from a bank account or from your debit or credit card. So it is going to be very, very user friendly, and you will be able to make a choice between what mode of payment that you want to use while making the payment via UPI. So it's going to be a game changer, because what is happening is that UPI is now being rolled out into several friendly countries. There are lot of countries who are showing interest for the UPI to implement the micro payment platform from India in their own country. Because it's a very complex system. As far as the users are concerned, it appears that all you have to do is type in the mobile phone and the money transfer happens. But then it's a quite complex system, and countries who do not want to invest and they want to basically launch the digital payment systems in their country for their citizens, it is but natural for them to basically go for a UPI from India, because the solution is already ready. And since solution is ready, they can buy. Now if the UPI is connected with a credit or a debit card system, it is a complete game changer, and this is what is going to happen. So if the country, any friendly country that accepts UPI interface to introduce micropayment in their own country, they will automatically get the RuPay integration. And this will also take RuPay card to the world. And because RuPay is absolutely free, unlike MasterCard and Visa card. So this is going to basically create a different kind of a system altogether, where micro payment will be a lot more easier. And you don't have to basically keep linking your Paytm type systems along with different kinds of card systems, etc. So it's going to be very, very revolutionary, and I think the time will tell that how this facility, when it is rolled out in some countries, how it is going to change the scenario for the Indian rupee system itself. All right, let's move to the next one. And this is about the Twitter. And what is happening is that Twitter is a micro blogging site. We all know that, and it has basically exchanged hands. And now the Twitter is owned by Elon Musk. And Elon Musk basically wants to make some radical changes in the way Twitter function. Twitter has to basically look at a more democratic way of working. And therefore, when Twitter is doing that, they're actually bringing a lot of changes at this point in time. So one of the things is that Twitter can be misused. There are a lot of adult content which is now floating around for some time on Twitter, where people are asking for different kind of things, saying different things, and I believe that the Twitter may be being misused by certain elements in our society. So Twitter management also realized that they are going to change their use policy, and they are going to rework on the terms and condition with regard to the violent speech that you can use. So if you are a Twitter user like everybody else, like you and me, we have to be very careful in the way we respond. In fact, that is a skill. How do you basically respond on the social media? You have to use the right word. You don't have to use any language which is sort of bully in nature, and so on and so forth. You have to use the right, you don't want to use bad words. You want to use the right words. So most of the social media platforms have already implemented this. Twitter, on the other hand, feels that they are sort of lagging behind, and they are now going to rework on the violent speech policy, and all the users will have to follow this new violent speech policy. So I think this is going to change behavioral change in the way we use Twitter platform for our purpose. So I think people who are watching my program, my live stream, they should keep track of this and probably understand these changes which are happening, and basically get prepared, probably change the way they use social media, especially when it comes to language. So friends, these are the three main items today in our show which I have covered, and I will meet you again tomorrow with latest business ideas, tips and tricks. Until then, keep rocking, keep selling, and you tomorrow.